All right. Good morning, everybody. And thank you all for joining us again this morning. This is Friday. Thank you all for joining us for the low board report. So let's get right to it. Y'all give me just a moment. Get everything taken care of, get everything situated so we can get started. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me start sharing my screen. First of all, let me start recording. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining me again for this morning's segment of the low board report, a weekday morning report on what's going on in your neck of the woods when it comes to loads and freight. As always, if you want us to locate you a load here live and free, go and give me a call at 866-973-6445. Again, that number to call in live to the low report is 866-973-6445. Let me see if I can get rid of some of this glare that we have here. There we go. That's better. All right. As I mentioned before, if you want us to look up a load for you live, 866-973-6445, and we will look up loads for you free of charge. Won't charge you any type of dispatch fees or anything of that nature. The load board report is brought to you by the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers and the National Dispatchers Network, where we provide access to tools, resources, training, support, everything you need, including access to more than 100 load boards, access to 19 million plus shippers, and access to all registered owner operators here in the United States so that you can book freight from home and make money. So that's what it's all about, either as a dispatcher or as a broker. Now, let's go ahead and get into today's report. Start sharing my screen. Let's see here. Let me get out of this screen right here. All right, here we go. Refresh that. And as always, we are going to begin with our load map so we can get a snapshot of the country to see what the load availability is by the state. And as always, we're going to start off by refreshing our screen to make sure we got a live snapshot. Okay, now, as you all can see, we do have a live snapshot now. Some things did change. Texas has, as always, leading the pack. 7,131 loads this morning in Texas here on a Friday morning, okay, on September the 10th, 2021, okay? Texas leading the board with 7,131 loads on this Friday. Louisiana, 1,161 loads. Alabama, 3,495 loads. State of Florida, 2,117 loads. Georgia, 3,168 loads. South Carolina, 2,133 loads. North Carolina, 2,304 loads. Virginia, 1,934 loads. West Virginia, 517 loads. Ohio, 3,474 loads. Pennsylvania, 3,531 loads. Great state of New York, 2,088 loads. Over here in Maine, 332 loads. Vermont, 106 loads. New Hampshire, 128 loads. Here in Massachusetts, 797 loads. Over in Rhode Island, 89 loads. Connecticut, 458 loads. New Jersey, 1,507 loads. Delaware, 88 loads. And Maryland, looks like we have 1,268 loads. And we go over here to Michigan, we have 2,204 loads. Indiana, we have 3,069 loads. Kentucky, we have 2,134 loads. Great state of Tennessee, we have 2,323 loads. In Mississippi, 1,919 loads. In Arkansas, we have 3,797 loads. In Missouri, we have 1,746 loads. Illinois, we have 4,321 loads. In Iowa, we have 761 loads. Up in Wisconsin, we have 2,244 loads. In Minnesota, we have 1,280 loads. In North Dakota, we have 177 loads. South Dakota, we have 378 loads. In Nebraska, we have 548 loads. In Iowa, we have 761 loads. In Kansas, we have 761 loads as well. In Oklahoma, we have 721 loads. Over in New Mexico, we have 411 loads. Colorado, 1,120 loads. In Nebraska, 548 loads. South Dakota, I think we did that one already. 378, North Dakota 177. Montana, we have 424 loads. In Wyoming, we have 352 loads. In Utah, we have 1,132 loads. Down in Arizona, we have 910 loads. New Mexico, 411 loads, if I hadn't mentioned that before. Great state of California, 3,836 loads. Nevada, 497 loads. Up in Idaho, we have 1,172 loads. We did mention Montana, 424. In Oregon, we have 1,293 loads. And in the great state of Washington, way up there in the cold state, we have 1,121 loads. Now, for you super truckers who are out there in Alaska, we have 7 loads. Okay. I'm pretty sure there's more out there, but that's what we have that's reported. All right. So that's a snapshot of the country from one of our load boards that we use here at the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. This is one of the load boards that we give to our students. They have access to more than 100 load boards, so it saves them a ton of money in their dispatching and in their freight brokering. So this is one of the load boards that we are using today. I'm not going to feature a load board as such, but I am going to feature a way for you all to find direct shippers. Ooh, direct shippers. And there's a lot of places out there that charge you for a shippers list. Okay, they charge you for a shippers list. Shippers list can run you anywhere from $500 up to $2,500, depending on the quality of shippers that they have on that list, and depends on how many shippers they have on that list. Today, we're going to share with you all one of the things that we use to locate shippers that we give to our members, and they don't have to pay for shippers lists or anything like that. So we're going to take a look at some direct shippers. But before we do that, let's take a look at some loads. Okay, let's take a look at some loads. All right. So if you want us to find you a load this morning, if you need a load this morning and you want to get a load for free, this is the place to call. 866-973-6445. Again, that number is 866-973-6445. Go ahead and give me a call. Let me know what type of trailer you have, where you are, what you're looking for, and I'll be more than happy to look up you a load for free anytime before 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So give me a call and we will get you hooked up and get you running, and you can go out and make that money. That's what it's all about. All right, so let's see what's going on in area. Let's go to Colorado. We haven't looked in Colorado in a while. So let's go to Colorado and let's take a look at this in the great state of Colorado. Okay. And let's see what we got going on there in Colorado. All right, if we just take a blanket look over it, we're looking at all types of trailers, all types of loads, all destinations. So we're looking at a blanket look right now until someone calls in and give us something specific to look for, okay? And we're looking for primarily stuff that's leaving today. Let's check the pay rates. We're gonna look for the, the most money, of course. We always want to look for that. That should be the goal of everybody, looking for the most money. And let's go ship date. Now you may not have a whole lot of stuff leaving out on Friday. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But it looks like they've got quite a bit of stuff leaving out on Friday. But I don't see a whole bunch of pay rates for stuff leaving out on today in Colorado. I have a lot of very, very short run loads here that I'm seeing, and the pay rates are not, all that great when it comes to those Colorado loads that are running. We got some very, very poor shorts of loads here. But let's take a look at it, see what's leaving out today. Today, if you are in the state of Colorado, if you want something that's paying decent, here's a partial step deck load that's going from Brent Hood to Bancroft. From Brent Hood to Bancroft. Okay. Now the trip miles on that is 525 miles, and it's paying $1,700, which means that is $3.24 per mile is what you have there. That's leaving today from Brentwood going to Bancroft. The broker to call on that is going to be Parfry Trucking Brokerage, and that is 800-533-9517. Now, that's what that is. Let's see if we can find some better rates. May not be leaving today. Most of the stuff is going to be leaving on Monday. Most of the things going to be leaving, coming out on Monday, but you're going to have some stuff that's leaving today. Here's one. Here's a van load. Here is a dry van. Now, for those of you who have reefers, you can run van loads too. You all do know that. In case you all didn't know, if you have a reefer, you can run van loads. You just have to make sure your refrigerator is off. It has to be cleaned out, dried out, and that type of stuff. You got to make sure it's cleaned out and dried out, and there's no moisture in your refrigerated unit. And you got to make sure that's off for you to run those van loads. Or if you're running a van load, check with the shipper, check with the broker to see if it's okay, if it's temperature control or anything like that. Because a lot of times van loads can be ran, dry van freight can be ran by a reefer if the temperature is turned, it's not down too low, if it's not too cold in that unit. So check with them, make sure that, if you turn your refrigeration off, dry it out, clean it out and stuff like that, you can run, van load, especially partials. So just be aware of that. All right. So leaving from Longmont, Colorado, going over to Pensacola, New Jersey. We have a dry van full load, 53 foot. That's 1,750 trip miles. It is paying $7,850. That's $4.49 per mile. That's pretty good for a dry van. That one is leaving out on Monday. Today is Friday the 10th, I do believe. Yeah, the day is Friday the 10th. That means Saturday the 11th, 12th. Nope. It can pick up on, that picks up on Sunday, as a matter of fact. Yeah, because today's the 10th. So that means that tomorrow is the 11th. So the 12th is on Sunday. So yeah, you can pick that up on Sunday and be out. Get ahead of the traffic, all that type of stuff. And go ahead and get on the road. So, but that one is going to pay $7,850. Okay, $4.49 per mile, and the broker, the contact on that one is Gilter Logistics Services. Okay, let's take a look at it and see if there's any multiple drops, on that load or anything like that. No multiple drops. You have until the 14th to deliver this. So the good thing is you can pick it up on Sunday. And you have until the 14th to deliver this load. And it looks like it's a straight shot. I don't see where it says, any multiple drops or anything like that. And but there it is right there. And the broker to call again on that particular load is going to be Giltner Logistics Services Incorporated, 888-743-8275. Again, 888-743-8275. Anybody who's down there near Longmont, Colorado. If you're in the area of Longmont, Colorado, you can pick that load up and head on out. So give that broker a call and get on that. Now, we do have some reverse searches that we can do on this one. Let's do a reverse search, see if we can get you out of there and back to Longmont. Going back the other way, you can go 71 miles deadhead to Phillipsburg, New Jersey. And then that'll take you back to Johnston, Colorado, okay? Which is, how many miles? That's not that far. All right, you got a van load that's going back that's paying $4,000, and that is at $2.33 per mile. And now that's a ship date on the 10th. You're not gonna be able to do that because you're not gonna be able to run this load and get back. You need something that's gonna ship out on the 14th, really, or the 15th. So there's something that's shipping out on the 15th and the 14th. One on the 15th ship date is from Clifton, New Jersey, which is 901 miles deadhead from where you're going to get there. And it's going to Aurora, Colorado. And that one ships out on the 15th. Now, it doesn't give a rate, so you got to call Landstar for the rate on that at 479-765-0500. Or you can grab this one here, leave it on the 14th. That's the same day you drop. If you drop it early, you can run 85 miles to Lancaster, PA. And that's going to Loveland, Colorado. That's a van load also too. There's no price on it, so you got to call the broker on that one. And that one picks up on the 14th. The same day you drop the other load, that one picks up on the 14th. Now, if you can get there quickly and drop that load early, you're going to contact Ryan Transportation at 913-335-9345. So there's your in and out right there. That's your in and out. Going down there and getting back out of there. And that's how I like to dispatch my carriers. I always try to find them a way in, and then I find them a way out, because you always want to find your carriers an in and out. You don't want to leave them stranded anywhere. It's one thing to find a good load going somewhere, and that's all great and good, but if they're going to be stuck there for a while, I mean, what's the point of finding that good load? I mean, you find them a good load and then they're stuck and they can't get out. for sometimes, 48 hours, they're losing money. So that's like that load that you just got them, that good paying load. It really wasn't paying that well because they've gotten somewhere and they're stuck and they can't make money getting out. So, they're losing money. So, you just kind of just wiped out the profits, on that good paying load. So as a dispatcher, your job is to make sure that your carriers are always running and make sure that they are always under a load, because if they're not under a load, they are losing money. So your job is not just to find them a good paying freight going somewhere, but always try to find them a way out. And I always try to make sure I take care of that before I even send them somewhere. I send them with a plan. Go, and here's how you're going to get out. Okay, that's the mark of a good dispatcher. That's the way we train here at the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. Okay, we train dispatchers and freight brokers how to effectively, manage their carriers, manage their own operators. All right, what else we got? You got some more stuff here, leaving out a long month, 1,700 miles, and that's a van load. And it's paying $4.23 a mile, going to PA, and that's $7,200. So, and that's also with Glittner Logistics, same company. They've got quite a few loads on here, leaving out a long month. Looks like Glittner's got at least 3 loads here, leaving out a long month, and they're headed to points in Colorado. I'm sorry, heading to points. They're heading to points in New Jersey, PA, New York. So they're all heading upward north there. New Jersey, PA, and New York. All van loads, all leaving out of Longmont, all under the same company, Glittner Logistics Services Incorporated. 888-743-8275. So you got a cluster of loads there, and the ship date on those loads is the 12th. So all those loads leave out on Sunday. They all leave out on Sunday, and they're all paying above $4 per mile. That's pretty good for dry van freight. All right, let's look at some of these reefer loads we got here. We got some stuff that's leaving out of Louisville, Colorado, heading down to Miami. That's 2,201 miles. Now, for a refrigerated load, that's not the best when it comes to refrigerated, but it's paying $6,100, and it's $2.77. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, taking a refrigerated load that far down into Miami is risky because, as you know, it is difficult finding freight out of Florida. So let's take a look at that real quick, and let's just see what we can find coming back out of Florida. See, when this load is when you got to drop this load. All right, there is no delivery date, so they're giving you plenty of time. Looks like they're giving you plenty of time because it is 2,200 miles. Okay, so that's pretty much an all-week drive. Okay, I mean, let's face it. Some of the best drivers I know only drive 620, 650 miles per driving shift. All right, so let's just cut that down to 600 miles of driving shift. If you're driving 600 miles, you got 2,200 miles to go. Okay, that's 4 days, man. Okay, that's 4 days minimum. Okay, so it's gonna take you 4 days to make that run, and to make that run, and then you're looking at $6,100 is the posted rate. By the time you pay your fuel and everything else, you're down to about $4,000. Okay, fuel and other costs, you're down to about $4,000. So really, to make that run down to Miami, that's a difficult. I wouldn't, me personally, I wouldn't book my carriers on it. I'm just being honest with you. Okay, I'm not trying to badmouth this broker or anything, but it is what it is. Okay, because it's going to be difficult once you get them down to Miami. Now let's look and see what we got that's coming back out 4 days later. Okay, so let's see what we got that's coming back out, and let's look at the reverse search here. Let's see what we got coming back out, and then that'll tell the story, because you don't want to get down there and get stuck. And like I said, nothing. Okay. You got nothing coming back out of Miami. Okay. Now that's just how, I mean, look, Florida is great if you're gonna stay in Florida for a while. You can run Florida to Florida loads all day long to make great money. But if you're trying to go to Florida and then come right back out, it's gonna be difficult. Okay. I'm from Florida and I'll tell you that. But if you're willing to stay in Florida for a few days, make some money running inside of Florida until you can find you a decent paying load going out of Florida, that's the thing to do when you come down here to Florida. Don't come deep into Florida like Miami. Now, if you're going to Jacksonville, Tallahassee, um, you know, shoot, Tampa, even Tampa, you can find loads out of Florida. Okay. But if you're going deep Florida, Miami, uh, I mean, just be ready to stay in Florida for a while. Be ready to run some Florida loads for at least 2 or 3 days. Make some great money in Florida. You run a lot of short run loads in Florida. You can run and make anywhere from, you can piece together in Florida. Really, it's easy to piece together 3 short loads per day and make somewhere between $1,500 a day and upward of $2,500 per day on just running 3 short loads per day. Okay. And you can run that, if you find 3 short loads like that, and if they're repeatable loads, I would stay in Florida and run that for a week, make myself anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500 per day for 5 straight days, load up on my money, and then deadhead my behind out of Florida. I'm just serious. Or take a very, very light load out of Florida, light paying load. Why? Because you made your money. Okay. Come down here, make your money, stay here for about a week, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the beach, enjoy the views, make that money, $1,700, $1,500 to $2,500 a day, and then head out of Florida. Hell, you could either, I mean, I've known guys, I have had carriers that I have moved from Texas, from South Dakota, okay, where there's very light loads, 100, 200 loads. I have brought them down to Florida, right? Brought them down to Florida, showed them and pieced together dedicated runs for them, 3 short runs per day. They're making more than $2,000 per day, 5 days a week. They're back in the same location at the end of the day every night. Okay. Great time off. Weekends are free. And look, they're clocking 10 grand per week, $2,000 a day. Okay. Easily. 10 grand per week in Florida. They come down here, they get them a little 1-bedroom apartment, just a little crash pad or whatever, and they just run loads all week long. They're back home every night. On the weekends, they park their truck, secure their truck, and they fly home. Or they take a rental car home. Why? Because they are making great money and they can afford it. They have literally made Florida their hustle spot. And then they fly back home to South Dakota, or they drive back home to South Dakota on the weekends, one or the other, or Texas, or wherever. I have literally done that with a ton of my carriers who are in areas where they're not getting great, but don't have a great load, availability. And I have showed them how, I brought them down to Florida, put them on some dedicated runs, piece together some dedicated runs that's running 5 days a week, 3 runs a day. They're back at the same place every night, sleep, time off, going out, hitting the scenes here in Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, Daytona, whatever the case may be. They're enjoying the nightlife. They have a great social life. And, they go out and come and they're home every night and off every weekend. And they're, making $10,000, $12,000 a week. Because that's how you do it here in Florida. I'm gonna be honest with you. That is how you do it. I'm here in Florida. That's a tip for you. All right, let's check our YouTube channel. See if we got anybody that's asking any questions on YouTube. Now I always ask you all to call in if you want to load 866-973-6445. That's 866-973. 866-973-6445. That's the number you call if you want a load for free. I do provide load searches for free during the broadcast up until 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got about 25 minutes before we stop searching for loads. All right, so nothing there on nothing there that we can see right now of anybody needing any loads. But if you need a load, give me a call, 866-973-6445. Doesn't matter what extension you hit. Whatever extension you hit at this time in the morning, you're going to get me. Okay, so let's get back to our load search here. All right, but back to what I was saying, that's how I would run in the state of Florida. You're coming down to Florida, that's what you got to do, because I would not put my carrier on a load like this and if they're trying to get back out. Okay, because for one thing, it's not paying that much. For another thing, you're going all the way down to Miami. So for me, that's a no-go. Okay, unless my carrier is willing to stay in Florida for a while. But for me, that's a no-go on that particular load. Now, let's go over here and let's see what else we can find. Let's get out of Missouri and let's see what, I'm sorry, out of Colorado. Let's get out of Colorado. Let's go back to the load map. If anybody got any place they want me to look up loads at, please give me a call, 866-973-6445. That's the hotline for you to call. Any extension is fine. You're going to get me, and I will look up loads for you free. Won't charge anything for you. It's free of charge. Let's check some of the hot spots. Let's check California. We haven't looked at California since we've been doing the broadcast. So let's check California. See what's going on in California. All right. Let's check out California, see what's going on over there. Let's go ahead and hit our pay rate so we can get the pay rates first. All right, what do we got? What's the quality of loads coming out of California? We got some okay, we got some decent paying loads. Here's a refrigerator load that's going almost 3,000 miles. It's 2,870 miles. That's a 5-day run, y'all. Okay, that's an all-week run. And it's going from Atwater, California to Bethlehem, PA. Now, first of all, this is going to be a good run. Okay, because for one thing, it's paying more than $10,000. Okay, and it's going to an area that's easy to find loads out of coming back to California. Okay, PA has always been a good area to find loads coming out of PA, out of Pennsylvania. So I would not be that concerned about sending my refrigerated driver that far, over to PA and not worried about getting him back out and finding him a way back out and paying money coming back out. So this load right here that picks up, when this load picks up, ship date is today. Okay, so you can grab this load this morning if you want to. If you want it from Atwater, California, going to Bethlehem, PA. That's 2,870 trip miles. It's going to take you 5 days to run that load. Okay, that's an all-week run. All right, it is reefer. It is full, 41,000 pounds. Requires 53-foot trailer. It's paying $10,600. Now, I can't act as a broker, so I can't call and negotiate that rate for you. However, you can negotiate that rate. You could probably get, in my opinion, from when I was a broker, in my opinion, you could probably get, I'm gonna be honest with you, you could probably get an extra anywhere from $500 to almost an extra $900 on that load. Okay, that's what I'm willing to bet. Okay, the load hasn't been up very long. It's been up for 10 hours. So for 10 hours, that load has been up. So you can probably call the broker this morning at 7 a.m. and say, hey, look, I know that load has been on the board for 10 hours. I like to go ahead and get it, but I got to have at least $500 more. Well, I was starting him off at least $800 more and see where he lands. He said, well, I can't quite do that. And I said, well, what can you do for me? Anything he gives you on top of that is what? More money, more money, more money. Because you're already sitting on 10-6, right? That's how I would play that if I was a an owner operator. Okay, that's how I would play it if I was an owner operator. But even without that, that's still a decent run. Why? Because I'm not looking so much at the $3.69 per mile. I'm looking at where it's going and what's the likelihood of coming back out and making money. Because the goal of any long haul run, especially reefers, because reefers, the cost to run a reefer is more. You got to put fuel in the reefer. You got to put fuel in your truck. You know, you got to keep that temperature. You know, all that. It's just you have more overhead when you're running a reefer. So you want to make sure that when you send your reefer drivers out, you're sending them to a place where you can, first of all, find them good paying freight coming back out. So that's a decent load going in, and I'm willing to bet you I can find a decent load coming back out. Because the load going in is paying $3.69, $10,600, and you can probably get the broker to up that another $500 to $800. Okay, put you over $11,000 on your low run. All right, so that's at Coyote Logistics 773-904-9709. Now let's check to make sure that this is not a multiple drop run. Going that long, sometimes there's a good chance that it might be a multiple drop because it's going, you know, a very long, ways. And sometimes when you're going that far with a reefer, you have multiple stops. You have some stops, you have some pickups and stuff like that. But it's not, well, from what I'm looking at right here, it doesn't look like it's multiple drops. What's the time frame? Are they giving you a delivery date? Nope, they're giving you plenty of time to make the run. So they're not saying that you got to be there at a certain time. Shipper's comment, load ID, extension. All right, great. So far on the surface of things, it doesn't look like it's multiple drops or anything like that. Now let's check to see if we can get a load coming back out. Let's do a reverse search. Coming out of PA. And PA is traditionally pretty good when it comes to finding loads back out. Like I said, PA is traditionally pretty good finding loads coming back out. Yeah, you got plenty of loads that are coming back out, but let's see what the dates are on those. Ship dates. Yeah, you want to look down here like to the 20th, because if you're leaving like today, it's going to take you 5 days. So the 10th, 11th, so about the 15th is where you want to start looking for loads coming back out. 15th, 16th. You know, I would go so far as to say the 16th, really, come back out. So that's what I would look for. Right now, you got a somewhat okay load, 36,000 pounds coming back out. You got to go 62 miles deadhead to South Plainfield, New Jersey, and that's coming back to Stockton, California, and that's a reefer, 46. $600, $1.61. I no. You can find something better coming out of PA. I'm pretty sure you can. If I go up here and I put in a ship date, let's see here. If I put in a ship date of, let's say, the 16th, which has been on Thursday. If I put in a ship date of the 16th, I can also click a pay rate. Right. Let's shoot estimated rate per mile, highest rate per mile. Let's check that out. Let me do a search. All right, nothing leaving out on the 16th within 100 miles on reefers. Let me add to that, because remember, reefers can pull van loads. Okay, reefers can pull van loads. So let's see if we can find some van loads that possibly would allow you to run with that in your reefer. Let's see what we can find there. But remember, you got some stuff on here that does not have the rates on either. So if you can always call these carriers that do not have the rates You can call those carriers that do not have the rates listed and probably find yourself something. All right, that ship date is not good. Let's try back on the 15th. Let's try the 17th. What you're doing now, you're trying to find your carrier a way out. All right, here's that load again from Plainfield to Stockton. That's that one right there. You got a couple more loads down here. They're leaving on the 15th. I would call these carriers the ones that doesn't have the rates showing. And what I would be looking to get coming back out, because remember, you made decent money going in. What I would be looking to get coming back out is somewhere between 7,000. I would try to get at least $7,500 come back out. That's what I would try to get. So you could make $11,000 going. I think you can get that low up to a little over $11,000. $11,000 going, then if you make $7,500 coming back out, you make yourself a pretty good, back and forth run. That's not bad for a 2-week run. 11,000 plus, what's that? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18.5. Okay, 18.5 for 2 weeks. That's not bad, because it's going to take you a week going down there and a week coming back. So if you can do that, that would be a decent run. Okay, I don't mind sending my carriers down to PA if they're going that far on a reef. Now, we're not sending them down to Miami for anything less than $11,000 or $10,000, unless they were willing to stay in Florida and run for a week and make about $20-some thousand, and then I bring them out of Florida. Okay, so that's all I'm saying. Okay, that's all I'm saying. All right. What time is it? Woo, we got about 10 minutes. All right, 10 minutes. If you want to load, give me a call. 866-973-6445. Okay, how old does, somebody just asked a question, Natasha Jenkins, how old does my MC number has to be to get great paying loads? That depends, Natasha, that depends, okay? I had a very young MC number when I started, my own trucking company. When I started driving truck as an owner operator, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had been with Covenant Transport, because I came straight out of truck driving school and went to Covenant Transport. In fact, I got hired by Covenant Transport before I had a conditional employment with Covenant Transport before I went to truck driving school. Okay, because I had sought them out, talked with the recruiter and all that type of stuff, and that was the only company I was interested in working with. To be honest with you, I didn't entertain any other offers. So when I went to truck driving school, I already had a job lined up with Covenant, conditioned upon I graduated from truck driving school. So when I graduated, I went straight to Covenant Transport and drove for them. I only drove for Covenant Transport 7 months, 8 months. Came home on my first, I took my first long break. Coming out with Covenant, and you drive. You drive. It's team driving. You're driving. You crisscross the country 2 or 3 times in the course of 2 or 3 months. I'm gonna be honest with you. So we drove a lot of miles, and I was out for a long time. And I came home on my first break home, and bought my own truck. Okay, bought my own truck on my first break home, and when I went back out, I was an owner operator. Okay, now as an owner operator, I was very young. Okay, now here's what I did as an owner operator. I got with some brokers and I got me a dispatcher, because it is difficult for a new MC number to get great paying freight. Unless you can find you a broker or a dispatcher who can piece together some dedicated runs for you, that's how I did it. Now, generally speaking, most shippers want to see you have at least a year under your belt on your MC number. They want to see the MC number with a year of seasoning on it before they start putting you on their great dedicated runs and great paying freight. Okay, that's just the business. You've got a good number of shippers that will try you out at 6 months. Okay, so 6 months minimum to a year. Now, if you've got a new MC number, that doesn't mean that you're not going to make money. That doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to make money. You just got unless you're very good at finding freight yourself, you got to have someone who's going to advocate on your behalf. Okay, this is where dispatchers come into play. A good dispatching firm, people talk bad about dispatch all the time, but I'll be honest with you, a good dispatching firm will save your butt. They will, especially when you're first starting out, because you're going to need somebody who's going to be able to advocate on your behalf. You're too busy driving. Okay, their skill set is to negotiate and call and make all these phone calls and try to get you placed with a series of brokers or shippers that are going to take that chance on your new MC number. Okay, so I hope that was an answer that you can live with, but that's the only answer I have for you because that's just how it is in the industry. Okay, so if you're good at finding freight, if you're good at negotiating, if you have a pretty good talk game, yeah, go for it. Do it yourself. But if you don't, get yourself a good dispatching firm. Get yourself a good dispatcher to set you up with good brokers and a good network of shippers. Because here's the thing: if you got yourself a good dispatch firm, and that dispatch firm has clout, if that dispatch firm has clout or has a good reputation with a set of shippers, the shipper's not really taking a chance on you. They are going on the word of the dispatch firm. So a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people do not realize the inherent value of having someone vouch for you when it comes to getting you freight, especially when you're new like that. Okay? I hope that answers your question. I'm Natasha Jenkins. I hope you're still watching, but that's what I would do. All right. If anybody has any questions, or if you want us to find your load real quick, give me a call, 866-973-6445. 866-973-6445. Doesn't matter what extension you hit, whatever extension you're going to hit, you're going to get me this morning. You got about 5 minutes to call in to our hotline for me to look up your freight and stuff like that. So we got about 5 minutes left on that. Now, as I promised you all, today I said I'm going to show you all how we locate shippers here with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, how we teach our people how to locate shippers and some of the things that we provide them with so they can locate shippers. Okay, we actually have two very good resources to locate shippers. Okay, one of the resources that we have, I'm going to show you right here. All right, one of them, the resources, their website is under maintenance the last time I checked, but I'm going to try it. The last time I checked, this one was under maintenance. They sent something out saying that they were going to be under maintenance. So I'm going to see if they've come back up yet. It doesn't look like they have. It's still circulating, so it looks like they're still under maintenance on that one. But this is just one. Okay, so we'll get out of that one, and I'm going to take you to the other one. We have another source where we locate shippers. Go to my Rolodex. Our Rolodex. All right. Log in. All right. This is another place where we find shippers. And I like this one too, because look, this one breaks it down. View shippers database. Okay. Our members have access to more than 34,000 dry van shippers. It breaks them down by the type of freight. is categorized by the type of freight: dry van, reefer, step deck, flatbed, hot shot, all that type of stuff. So our members of our network have access to more than 34,000 direct dry van shippers, have more than 10,900 flatbed, step deck, hot shot shippers. For those guys out there who are hot shots, you talking about trying to find loads, with our network, we have access to more than 10,900 plus flatbed, step deck, and hot shot shippers. Refrigerated shippers, more than 2,900 plus on refrigerated shippers. These are direct shippers now. These are not going through a broker or going through a go-between. These are direct shippers. Distribution and wholesalers, 27,000 plus. Fresh food and agriculture and horticulture shippers, 4,000 plus. Importers and exporters, 5,000 plus. Medical equipment manufacturers, which is very hot right now, 2,800 plus shippers, direct shippers. 3PLs and commercial warehouses, 1,200 plus of those, and that's what we have right now. Now, this is not like a shippers list you buy that just give you a list of names and numbers. No, sirree. If you click on our dry van shippers that we have access to, you notice something very distinctively different about our shippers list. Okay, here you have our shippers list. Not only does it give you a phone number and email address, but it also tells you what their sales is. Okay, this tells you, how prominent or how big that shipper is, or or what type of business they're doing. This particular shipper here has $1 to $2.5 million in sales, and they're a clothing manufacturer. And look over here, the contact person. In all of these contact people, you are not getting a secretary. You are not getting a go-between. You are not getting a gatekeeper. You are getting the person in charge of making the decision to either sign you on to send you their shippers list or not. So no more of this making all these phone calls, trying to get to the right person, or trying to get the right person to call you back, or trying to get an email to the right person. This gives you the exact person that makes that decision. Okay, this is the contact number for the owner. Okay, notice here the email address for the owner. Okay, that is not some secretary. That is the owner's email address of the company. Over here, you have the vice president. Same thing. Their contact number and his personal email address. Same thing here. President, vice president, owner, fleet manager, vice president, plant manager, owner, plant manager, owner, distribution center manager, owner, president, general manager, owner, president, vice president, so and so on and so on. You can go down, you can go through our entire database, and you won't see anything other on the contact other than the person who makes that decision. All the way up, it's going to be either transportation manager, distribution manager, plant manager, or owner, VP, or something of that nature. Okay, but this is how we help save our members money, because we provide them with tools and resources to all the things that they need to be successful, and we train them on how to use this stuff. Okay, so when you join our platform, you're gonna pay a one-time, enrollment fee. When you join our platform, you're gonna pay a one-time enrollment fee of $349.95. That's the enrollment. Okay. Now, to join our platform, you simply go to mydispatcher.org. That's mydispatcher.org. Okay. On the very first page, you're gonna scroll down. When you scroll down, let me refresh this. On the very first page, you're gonna scroll down, and when you scroll down, you're gonna see this video in the middle of the page over at mydispatcher.org. It is up top right there. MyDispatcher, that's singular, not plural, .org. Oh, that's ORG. Okay. That's the National Dispatchers Network. You're going to scroll down in the middle of the page. You're going to see where it says, you're going to see a video, and right underneath that video, you're going to see where it says to enroll. Click here. You're going to click there, and that's going to take you over to our enrollment page. And that's going to be this page right here. You're going to get to this page right here. The RBBS Logistics Learning Centers. Okay, building blocks of success. The RBBS Logistics Learning Center. And here you're going to have all of our platform enrollment. We have a veterans enrollment. If you are a veteran, you can enroll for $249.95. Okay, your monthly subscription fee on that particular enrollment to access your back office tools, resources, training support, 140,000 hours of pre-recorded operational training videos, live training every week, all that type of stuff. You know, access to everything. You know, more than 100 load boards, 19 million plus shippers, owner operator locator site, all that type of stuff. To access all of this, it's going to be $249.95 on your initial enrollment and $29.95 per month if you are a veteran. Okay, if you are not a veteran, okay, your individual platform enrollment is going to be $349.95 plus tax, and your monthly subscription fee is going to be $39.95 per month plus tax to access all the things that we just talked about. If you are a company and you want a corporate enrollment, because our corporate enrollments are set up for us to train you and your people so you can focus on running your business. Let us take care of training your people, your dispatchers, your freight broker agents, and things of that nature, and you concentrate on training on running your business. Okay, so we have corporate enrollments 1.0. That's up to 10 agents. That's yourself and 10 additional agents, partners, or whatever the case may be. So it covers 11 of you. That one is $699.95 on your enrollment plus tax and $99.99 per month. That covers all 11 of you, and you each get your own login, your separate logins to our training, all right, in our platform. We also have corporate enrollment 2.0. That covers up to 20 additional agents, so it covers 21 of you all together. That one is $999.95 on your enrollment fee plus tax and $199.95 per month, and that covers all 21 of you. We also have a corporate enrollment unlimited that's not listed. You have to call us for that one. That one is $2,495.95 on your enrollment and $299.95 per month. But it covers an unlimited number of employees. So if you've got 100 employees, it covers all 100. If you got 1,500 employees, it covers all 1,500 of them. Okay, so that's how those work. We have other things too, like we have a franchise. We have our guaranteed career placement events. That's on hold until we get some type of indication of what's going on with this pandemic. We were set to launch that this year, but actually we were set to launch that last year in 2020, but the pandemic hit, and then it's just been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back because we don't want to have these events and not have people be able to show up. So we put those on hold until we can get some type of handle on what's going on with this pandemic and get these numbers with these infections and deaths and things like that. And when they get that under control, then we'll revisit the guaranteed career placement debts. But that's who we are. You all know what we provide. You all know how we do what we do. We have a lot of successful students who have ran through our platform. A lot of companies out there that you all know right now that are very successful companies. You had no idea that they came through our platform. They did because we're in the business of showing individuals how to start from the ground up. That's how I started. Okay, you all saw me back in 2017 booking freight from hotel lobbies, booking freight from a hotel room, booking freight from a restaurant, booking freight from Starbucks, booking freight from the park, booking freight out by the lake, booking freight around the pool at the apartment complex, booking freight from a fifth wheel camper out by the lake, booking freight from anywhere I could get an internet connection. Because that's how I started. Okay? And now my company books freight for more than 317 carriers every single week. Our employees make, on average, $100,000, $120,000 per year. And that's because we were able to scale our business. And that's what we'll show you how to do the same thing. Okay, you don't need to come to us already got an office space and a bunch of employees or anything. If you want to just book freight from home, because that's how I started booking freight from home. The first year, my personal revenue from me booking freight from home was $104,000. That was my personal revenue. Those were the carriers that I booked for, right? Now my company revenue was about 3 times more than that, but my personal revenue of me started when y'all saw me out there in the restaurants, hotel lobbies, at Starbucks, coffee shop, booking freight in the park, booking freight, doing it that way. I made $104,000 first year. Okay, and then I scaled my business. To last year, my personal revenue for me booking freight was $178,000. That was my personal revenue for me booking freight. Now my company's revenue again now is about 5 times that. My company revenue was about 5 times that. So I can show you all how to scale your business from just using your laptop out in the park booking freight. I can show you how to starting from that and scale your business up to you got 15, 20, 30, 40, dispatch agents, freight broker agents. If you want to scale it to having different branches throughout the United States, I'll show you how to effectively, efficiently, and economically scale your business that way too as well, and show you how you can double up, triple up, quadruple up on your money. Because that's what it's all about. Okay. Now, are you going to come in and make $1 million your first year? No, you're not. Are you going to come in and make $500,000 first year? No, you're not. But it's possible to make $100,000 your first year. Yes, that's possible. And we can show you how to do that. All right. But that's who we are. Again, I want to thank you all for joining us. Let's check one more time with our YouTube channel to make sure we got these answers done. Natasha says thanks. Hey, we enjoy sharing what we share. Broker Talk says, great morning. Thank you for sharing all this information. Hey, that's what we do. We do what we do, right? So, no, thank you all. We appreciate you all for all the support that you all have given us, over the years. And because you all have really what's made us successful, our subscribers, our members, and thank you all for tuning in. Remember to spread the word that we give away freight 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Call in to 866-973-6445. I'm going to put it right here on the chat area here on YouTube, and that number is 866-973-6445. That's the hotline number right there. That's the hotline number for people to call in and get free freight. Free freight. We look up free freight, free loads, and and get you all out to make some money early in the morning, Monday through Fridays from 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks again, everybody. I appreciate everybody. Who are tuning in, all the great comments and the thank yous and stuff that we get on YouTube and on our Facebook page and everything. And let's look to keep this going. Now, don't forget, tomorrow is Saturday, and we have our broker training, which is the Broker's Hour. It's from 10:15 a.m. to 11:15 to 12:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on tomorrow, Saturdays at 10:15 a.m. That's the Broker's Hour tomorrow on Saturday. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate all of you all. For those of you who are looking to join our platform, I look forward to seeing you all in our weekly training. Thanks again. You all have a great weekend. This has been Calvin with the Load Board Report, a weekly review, a daily review of what's going on in your neck of the woods when it comes to loads and freight. Bye, everybody.